Welcome to KO Bets. My name is Bill. This is Johnny.
Good morning.
This week we're going over NFL Week 5 slate of games. We've got a couple that have already gone down. We've got the Falcons. They're up 20-3 at halftime over the Jets. Who did we have on Thursday? Oh, the Rams.
Seahawks.
They covered versus the Seahawks.
Yeah, they were like a 1-point favorite, I think.
Yeah. So that was good. So we're just going to start with the noon games. Here in this week, we're actually going to share the DraftKings page so we can all kind of look at the lines together. So we got the Green Bay Packers at the Cincinnati Bengals. The spread is 3, over-unders 51 points. Green Bay's the favorite. I like Green Bay on the money line. I guess I like them on the spread. And as for the over-under, could see like a 27-21 game. So I would say under 51.
Yeah, I think the Packers are definitely my pick just because I don't necessarily trust the Bengals. I think they've won some really close games against some, not elite teams. Like they barely won against the Vikings, barely won against the Jags, lost to the Bears. So yeah, I think Green Bay to win, Green Bay to cover. I could see it hitting the over just because, both teams have the ability to score some quick touchdowns, so I'm going to go with the over for that one.
Over? Yeah, I like that too. I just, I think under, maybe Green Bay struggles to score a little bit in this game, and, I don't know. I just, I don't trust either offense to put up a ton of points, but we'll see. But we will both like Green Bay to cover this spread. I got to get better on my spread picks. They've been
questionable.
not great thus far. Next game we got Miami at Tampa. Tampa's obviously the favorite. Miami struggled to put up points in recent games. We've got the Bucks 11-point favorites. I think it was like Houston was like 13-point underdogs. Was it at Buffalo last week? And I was like, I gotta take the points. I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna roll with the favorite, the heavy favorite on the spread too, and just go with Tampa.
It's so hard because even though over-under's at 48, so they're thinking this is going to be
A blowout.
Yeah, like a big blowout where Miami doesn't really even score that much. So, I mean, I don't see a way where 11 points is so much that I want to say I'm going to pick the Dolphins just because 11 points is so much, but it's not a confident pick.
Yeah, no, I think, you're basically, it's a touchdown and a field goal, and they want you, so you're hoping the Bucks win by a couple touchdowns, right?
Yeah, that's got to be what you're hoping. Because, you don't see many, 12-point games.
Or a 2-point conversion or something in there. But, yeah, it's a weird spread. I'm going to go with Tampa just because last week it didn't work out for me when I took the points in another game. Similar setup. Over-under at 48. I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna say we do get the blowout. The Dolphins struggled to score. The secondary's bad. No, yeah, under 48.
All right, I'm gonna go Miami plus the points and then the over just because I think kind of weakness of Tampa Bay is that secondary. So hopefully they can get at least 3 or 17 points on.
Yeah,
or
if
21, I guess.
Yeah, if Miami hits 21, the game, they're gonna cover easily that point, the over/under there.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got Tennessee at Jacksonville. I like Tennessee a lot. The spread's 4 points. I like Tennessee to cover the spread, even though they kind of let us down big time last week. Who was that against? The Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, against the Jets. But I think A.J. Brown's back, so they get a good, healthy receiver back out of Julio and A.J., but Julio's still going to be out. Yeah, I'm gonna say Tennessee wins this game.
Yeah, I think because I went so heavily on the Titans last week, I want to like go against them now, but I think they got to win this game. I think big game for Derrick Henry where if they get up in the first quarter or something, you could see him get 30 carries and one of those like 170-yard games.
It's a divisional game.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, I think Tennessee's set up to win this cover. Spread's 48.5. It's kind of like same as the last game. It's like you think Tennessee will do their part in getting half of those points. Is Jacksonville gonna put up 24 points? I'm gonna say under again. We're just gonna go 3 straight under.
I'm gonna go over, and I think I'm going 3 straight overs. I just think I could see this being a game where maybe Jacksonville has 3 turnovers or something like that, and it turns into quite a few points for Tennessee, and then, just quick points, not like long extended drives. So I think the over is what I want to go with.
Yeah, very. I think it should be. I think the spread should almost be bigger in this game, just because Jacksonville's been. Well, they've been bad thus far.
Right.
What was the spread versus Cincinnati last week on Thursday? It was 3 points or something like that. So you're getting an extra point for Tennessee.
Yeah, and I want to say Tennessee's better than Cincinnati, but their records are not showing that.
Yeah, Detroit at Minnesota. 10-point spread. I'm going to go with Minnesota. Heavy favorite. As far as the point spread, yeah, I think Minnesota probably. I'm going to go with Detroit. I think they, to cover the 10 points, I think they play Minnesota pretty closely. I don't think they're a bad team. Detroit, it's a divisional opponent. I think their offense is decent. Defense maybe isn't great, but I think Minnesota's gonna score no problem on them. But I think I'm gonna take the points with Detroit here, and the over/under at 49.5. I'll go over.
Yeah, I think Detroit has played like every game tough this year. I think they it's not a team that like gives up in the second half or stuff like that. So I want to say they'll cover the spread, and then I gotta think it's gonna go over because I think Dalvin Cook's probably not gonna be his usual self because I think he's a little injured. So Minnesota is gonna be able to score, and then I think, if you can get, I don't know, 24 points out of Detroit, then you're going to hit the over. So I would say, I like Detroit to cover the 10 points. I think Minnesota will win, but then I also like the over.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. We got New England at Houston. New England is 7.5-point favorites. Over/under set at 39 points.
That's so low.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with New England to cover. Thought they looked great against Tampa. Houston's a very bad team. I think Tyrod Taylor's out now, so I don't even know who they're starting at QB, but over/under at 39 points, I would just take the over because that's such a low over/under.
Yeah, I think I like the New England pick. I really want to pick Houston, but I think Bill Belichick against rookie quarterbacks has some like insane record and insane like point differential, where just rookie quarterbacks. So Davis Mills is a rookie for Houston. They just never play well against them. I think Zach Wilson a couple weeks ago threw like 4 picks against their defense, which isn't as good as it usually is. So I think, yeah, I like New England. I want to pick the under because I think this is a game where a lot of injuries on both teams. I think could be like a 20. That'd be a low scoring game, but like almost like a 17 like 7 game.
Yeah, you're hoping for. I mean, yeah, you're hoping for someone not to hit 20 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just have to go with over just because it's such a low score.
Mm-hmm.
Like. Yeah, I think New England maybe scores the ball in this game. I don't know if Houston has a whole lot of luck against their defense, so that's a good point. We've got Philadelphia at Carolina. Carolina's 2.5-point favorites. I like Carolina in this. And the over-under's 46. I think I like the over. On the over-under. I would go with Carolina. They've been good this year. They played a tough team last week. The Cowboys, they played them pretty closely, put up a lot of points, gave up some points finally on defense. Their defense had been good up until that point. And then Philadelphia, they've demonstrated an ability to put up points. Maybe not efficiently where they're in games the entire time, but I like Carolina to win by at least a field goal, and then I like over 46 points.
Yeah, I think definitely I like the Carolina pick. I think I could see him winning by a field goal, if not more. And then, yeah, I think the Eagles score a lot of, like, almost meaningless touchdowns like they did against Kansas City last week, where I think they were down, like, 3 touchdowns, and they scored a touchdown to go down 2 touchdowns with, like, 5 seconds left, and it's kind of pointless. But I could see something like that happening, so I kind of want to pick the over as well. I think Carolina's without Christian McCaffrey again, or he's doubtful.
He's
really
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I think Sam Darnold's been playing well enough, and then I think they have good enough wide receivers all around that they should be able to kind of throw on this Eagles team, and then, I think Carolina just got Stephon Gilmore as well. So
yeah,
they got
first
more
6-round pick. I think Sam Darnold, Zeke Elliott, and Derrick Henry are tied for like 5 rushing touchdowns apiece to lead the league.
The athletic Sam Darnold.
Yeah, but he has 5 rushing touchdowns.
Wow. Probably not sustainable for the whole year that he gets 20 or something this year.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. Then we've got New Orleans at Washington football team. New Orleans is the 2.5-point favorite. Over-under set at 43.5 points. New Orleans a weird team this year because I feel like we're used to this high-powered offense that's efficient, that you're used to seeing put up points on a regular basis, and now it's like, is the offense going to work this week or is it not going to work? You know?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of don't know what team you're going to get. I think in this game, with New Orleans going into Washington, I think I'm going to roll with Washington football team. I think they're playing pretty well. They just got their first win, I believe, of the year last week. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with. We're gonna roll with Washington to cover, obviously, if I'm going with them on the money line, and then I like over 43.5 points.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because both these teams are like coming into the year. We thought Washington's defense was gonna be amazing. They haven't really showed that, and then New Orleans, I was pretty confident Jameis would be pretty solid this year, and I also thought like Kamara was just gonna do the same thing he did last year. Both of those teams have not met that kind of idea that I had for them. So I feel like one of them's kind of got to get it right today. But I do like it being Washington, like the defense as a whole, kind of getting it together today. So I like the pick of taking them to win. I'm going to agree with that. So I'm going to take them plus 2.5 as well. And I think both offenses are good enough that the over hits as well.
Yeah, I think Washington just has like a little more identity to them. I mean, well, New Orleans is going to rush the ball with Kamara, and maybe the red zone start looking to pass the ball. But yeah, I just think Washington, they have more of a identity to them, and they're just playing better more
Mm-hmm.
recently.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the over or under?
I picked the over for that.
Over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did I. We've got Denver at Pittsburgh. Jeez. Denver's the 2-point favorite. The over-under set at 39. I will say, I think Bridgewater passed concussion protocol, so I think he's going to play today. And this is a tough one. Part of me wants to go with Pittsburgh at home, but the defense hasn't been as good as it's been in the past. I think I'm going to roll with Denver to win, to cover the 2 points, and again, 39 points, I got to go with over. I just got to go with over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Denver's one of those teams that like people were so high on after 3 weeks because they were 3-0, but the teams they had beat were not great. And then Pittsburgh is maybe 1-3, but with their one win against the Bills, which is wild. I think that was a fluky game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think people are like too high on Denver, which maybe I'm gonna be incorrect. Also, no pun intended there. So I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. +2. I think I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh to win as well. And yeah, like you said, with the 39, I'm just gonna go over because it's such a low over under.
Yeah, and I like. I'm not super confident in either one of these teams. Which who's gonna show up? Yeah, I just think Pittsburgh. They've just been kind of struggling so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, big game. I'm going to be listening to this one on the radio on the way home, I think. But we got the Bears at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are 5.5-point favorites. Over-under set at 46 points. We've got Fields starting. I think the Raiders are probably a little bit better than the Bears as far as how complete their team is. I think we could potentially compete with these guys on the defensive end of the ball. Again, I'm just most worried about the offensive end of the ball. I could see the Raiders winning by like a touchdown, so unfortunately I'm going against my Bears this week. The over-under is 46, so that's like 23 a team. I'll go with... I'm going to go with the over. The over. I think... No, I gotta go with under. Montgomery's gonna be out. I think the Bears' offense just struggles today against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think Montgomery being out is a huge loss. I think Damian Williams is going to step in and do fine, but I think David Montgomery is just a very high caliber running back that we're going to be without. I want to say like Allen Robinson has to have a big day today. He's seen like 5 targets a game for the last 2 games, and Darnell Mooney's getting works, but because he's more of the deep threat. But I think the Bears are going to focus on that. But I mean, I think the Raiders have looked pretty solid this year. I think the Raiders will win by a touchdown, and I think the under just because I'm not very confident in the Bears being able to put up 20 points today.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could see, and we've seen the Bears and Raiders, and I think each in games where the teams have been held under 46 points this year. So I mean, both have decent defenses. So we've got the Cleveland Browns at the LA Chargers. The Chargers are good.
Yeah. So are the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns are really good too, but the Chargers, I think the Chargers they might be the creme de la creme this year in the I still like the Chiefs. I still like the Chiefs to come out of the AFC. I just think that offense is going to be tough to beat. I like the Bills. I do like, and then I think I like the Chargers and then the Browns. I think it's like kind of that order.
Yeah.
Chargers are 2.5-point favorites. The over/under is 47 points. Give me the over, first of all, and then I'll take the Chargers to win by a field goal at home.
Yeah, I think the Browns will win this one. I think both teams are very solid. I think the Chargers O-line has looked really good this year, and that was like the biggest question mark coming in. But like I said a couple weeks ago when the Bears went up against the Browns, I just think the two edge threats that they have kind of can do a lot to contain an offense. So I like the Browns. I also think they have large cornerbacks. Like they're all like 6'2", 6'3", which when you're going against Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, it's good to have a little bit more size. So yeah, I like the Browns to win. I like the Browns obviously plus 2.5 then. And I think they're going to contain the Chargers, so I'm going to go with the under.
Under?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, no, those are good points about the Browns' defense. I think I will be curious, like, I mean, if the Browns can run the ball, then they'll be able to put up points fine offensively, and I do think with their two running backs, they should be able to run it on any team. In the next game, we've got the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are 6.5-point favorites. Give me the Cowboys. Over/under set at 53 points. Danny Dimes has been pretty good this year. I'll take the over in this game too. So I'll take Dallas to cover the 6.5 points. The over 53 points as well.
I like the Dallas pick. I think there's a few injuries for the Giants, so I think I like Dallas to win. I like them covering 6.5 because I can see them winning by a touchdown. I will say for the Giants, their offense has definitely been clicking the past couple weeks. I think this may
Slayton and
Shepard are both out.
Shepard are out.
Sleeper pick, Kadarius Toney. I could see a big game out of him because the Cowboys have one really good cornerback, and he's been matching up with like the other team's best wide receiver the whole game. Mm-hmm. So because he's like the only other wide receiver on that team that I know, I could see him having a big game. And
so is he going to get shadowed by?
Yeah, Trevon Diggs will shadow. I think it's Trevon Diggs. He'll shadow. Kenny Galladay.
Oh yeah.
So that'll open it up to Saquon probably getting more receptions, and then also Toney. So yeah, but I like the over. I think the Cowboys are a pretty confident team to bet on the over just because they have the ability to score on pretty much every play. So
yeah. We've got the 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona's 5.5-point favorites. Over/under set at 48 points. I'll take Arizona to cover. Arizona's just real good this year. So I definitely like them to win. I think they can cover as well against San Francisco. Over/under set at 48 points. I'll take the over on that. We do have Trey Lance starting at QB for San Francisco. Could they struggle to put up some points? Sure, but Kyler Murray, he might put up 48 points by himself.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a good point. Like, Arizona's just been scoring on everyone, and
yeah, some teams just have this affinity to run up the scoreboard, like playing against themselves. I don't know, going for like records or Kyler's an MVP candidate. I bet you he wants to win that. You know, he'll put up. They'll get their points. Arizona will. It's a question of San Fran.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I don't think I see San Francisco stopping, especially with like their defensive back. The defensive backs for San Francisco haven't been great this year, so yeah, I think the Arizona, with the amount of deep shots they can take, and with like DeAndre Hopkins hasn't played well the past couple weeks, like they're gonna want to get him more involved, and then Kyler's always a threat to run, so I like the -5.5 for the Cardinals. I like the over again just because I could see the Cardinals scoring 40 points, and then you just need a touchdown from San Francisco pretty much, and then.
And San Fran's been pretty explosive with Debo on plays. Decent run game too, always. For the night game, we've got Buffalo at Kansas City. Jesus, Kansas City gonna start the year 1-4 or whatever. What's it? Or two and three. Last place in that division. The Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
I mean, the Bills have 2 wins this year where they've put up a total of 75 points and the other teams put up 0. Granted, it wasn't great teams that they played, but that's insane.
Yeah. So I hate the idea of betting against the Kansas City Chiefs, but we're gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. The Chiefs are 3-point favorites. We're gonna go with the Buffalo Bills to cover. 56 points is the over/under. Give me the over. I don't even care what number it is. Just give me the. I wouldn't care if it was a 3-digit number. Just give me the over. Yeah, I just think Buffalo is more complete. I think where Kansas City has flaws is, if Patrick. There's so much pressure on Patrick Mahomes to be perfect as a QB and to make, find Tyreek Hill and complete third and long completions to his wide receivers on 5-minute drives down the field. And I just think the Bills are the more complete team, and the Chiefs are just a little, they can put up points, but can they stop anyone? And I don't know if they're going to be able to stop the Buffalo Bills in this game. I think the Buffalo Bills are maybe a little less talented offensively, but it's not that much of a difference offensively.
Yeah, I think both these teams are so high-powered, and I don't even know if the defenses really matter in this game just because of how. I mean, the Bills' defense has been playing really well, but
it's probably looking for a mistake, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking for an interception or a fumble recovery or something like that. I've seen games before with Patrick Mahomes where it came down to the Chiefs had to kick one punt in the game and therefore they lost a game to the Patriots or the Patriots, something like that. One team had to punt and that was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be, we've seen some recent primetime games fail to hit the over/under. I'm not too worried about that in this case.
I think I'm honestly, just because I know everyone has gone for the over, like, I haven't run into anyone who's like, oh yeah, I'm under 55, under 56. Like, I'm going with it just because everyone else is going with the over, so it's like,
yeah, it just seems like too easy of a pick to make, and I want to be contrarian and be like,
right.
Like, search for an excuse why.
Yeah, I don't really have a reason why I want to pick the under, but I'm picking the under just because 99% of people are picking the over.
Yeah.
I like the Chiefs. I think the game in itself matters more to the Chiefs. I think the Bills have proven they're a top 3 team in the AFC. They're going to be able to run through their division, no problem. The Chiefs, on the other hand, are sitting at the bottom of their division, lost already one divisional game, so it's like, okay, you still need to play, 5 more games against people that are above you in the standings in your own division. So I think the game matters more to the Chiefs. I think it's in Kansas City, so I like the Chiefs to win, and Chiefs to cover the 3 points as well.
Okay.
And then, somehow take the under on that.
And somehow find the under.
Yeah.
Then tomorrow we've got Indianapolis against the Baltimore Ravens. Look at the logo for the Baltimore Ravens. That's what I was just looking at.
Is it the Kansas City logo?
Yeah, it's the Kansas City logo.
Oh, and Indianapolis is the Bills logo.
The Bills logo, yeah.
Way to go, DraftKings.
Okay, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is the
Colts, and Philadelphia is the Ravens.
Oh, maybe they have it offset, like...
Oh, wow, they're all...
Yeah, they're all... Well, Green Bay's right.
Oh, it fixes itself. I don't know.
Yeah, there's just a couple mix-ups there. That's confusing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ignore the logos. I don't know why I'm covering up my screen. It doesn't cover it up on there.
Yeah.
So, Baltimore's the 7-point favorite. Over-under's 46 points. I want Indianapolis to be good, but I just think this is a tough game for them, and I'll go with Baltimore to cover the 7 points. Over-under's 46. I'm going to go with... I don't know, this is a good line. If it was 48, I'd probably take under. Because it's 46, I'll go over. I think Indianapolis can score a couple of times against Baltimore. I think it'll be tough, but I think they can score twice, and then Baltimore, I think they can score a few times on Indianapolis.
Yeah. Yeah, I think both teams have, or should have, like, pretty solid defense. I think what I've realized with Baltimore, it seems like they try and, like, switch up their style, like, every week so far this year. Because I think the, like, proven method for them to beat teams is, like, we'll just run kind of, like, option things with, like, our bigger running back and then Lamar. And then if Mark Andrews is open, we'll throw it to him. But it seems like they open the year and we're more, like, definitely still doing the running, but, like, taking more deep shots and stuff like that. I think they haven't realized, like, how they want to play specifically yet. And maybe they're going to change that opponent to opponent. But for that reason, I kind of like the Colts, because they know, hand it off to Jonathan Taylor, hand it off, or, pass it out of the backfield to Nyheim Hines or Pittman or something like that. So I think Baltimore will win. I just think the Colts will cover, and then I could see like a 24-17, so I could see the under hitting for that game.
Yeah, I think that's a good score for the game. I think the Ravens have better wide receivers than before with the addition of Sammy Watkins. Worse running backs than before, so it's kind of like, maybe they're a little more pass heavy this year. But I think they're a solid team. We'll see what happens. All right, so today we've got some football on. I got somewhere to be at noon. Johnny's driving back to the state of Iowa. Are you off tomorrow?
No, I have to work,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Me too. So, Appreciate everyone joining the video. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave a comment. If you got any parlays or picks you would really like, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see everyone tomorrow for UFC review. We had UFC fights last night. We'll just go through those again.